Hello, seventh grade social studies. Welcome back for week 9. Week 9, guys, that's a big deal because we are in the last week of third quarter. So this is the week, guys. This is the week to be catching up on any of your work that that is missing or that you're behind on. This is also the week to go back through. If you're not happy with where your grade is, go back through and find grades that are like not full credit, and you can do those again, remember. So you can go back through and try things over again. Come talk to me and I can help you work through some assignments. But now is the time. So go ahead for that. Okay, so we are on our home page. Remember, don't stop at the dashboard. Come actually into the class to the home page and take a look. I've been putting some things up on our Padlet 7th grade fridge. Okay, so you can take a look at those. There's some really great submissions that you can look at as good examples as well. Okay, so from there, click into your modules and it'll take you here to module 9. Let's take a look at the pacing guide and checklist for this week. This week we're learning about Alexander the Great, and we're sort of just wrapping up all the things that we've learned about Greece. So we'll focus a little bit on achievements. We'll wrap up the government work that we did in BC last week. And then we'll learn about Alexander the Great, which helps us bridge into what we'll learn next quarter in ancient Rome. Okay, so here's our pacing guide. Tuesday, complete your third version of celebrating diversity choice board. So choose a different one than you've done so far. Wednesday, do the Athens versus Sparta government reading and quiz. Thursday, Greek achievements quiz. Then complete the introduction to Alexander the Great quiz. And this is important because you'll want to do this before you come to BC on Friday. It's not very long. I'll show it to you. But you want to make sure that you have that background knowledge under your belt before you come to BC. It'll really help you understand what's going on in BC. Then on Monday, submit all your Module 9 work. And remember that this is the final date for all your work in third quarter. So March 8th at 11:59 p.m., that's when everything from the quarter is due. Okay, let's take a look at some of the assignments. Over here, the first is that we're doing the third round of the diversity choice board. Okay, so it looks the same as before. Just make sure that that you choose something you haven't done yet. It's a really great idea to try to mix it up a little bit and maybe get one from each column. But really just go where your interests are, guys. Have fun with this. But there has been some trouble. Hopefully you got my announcement about that with the video game. If you're on a CCSD device, like a computer that the school gave you, it might not be allowing you into that, even though the school should be allowing it, and we've tried to make sure that everything's open for you. Some people are still having trouble with it. So if you're having trouble with it, email me and we'll see if we can do anything about it. But it might just be that you'll have to try a different activity, or if you have a different device like a phone or an iPad or I don't know, something else in your house, or maybe one that you share with a family member that you can borrow for that little activity, you might be able to do it on something that's not a school device. So that is your third one of those. So choose one of those and enjoy one more activity. The next is the Athens versus Sparta government slide deck. So, okay, so that one's slide deck for you to do some readings and learn about Athenian government. But something that I wanted to show you guys is that this is all of the things that we learned about government last VC. But now we're applying it to Athens and Sparta. So we're applying it to ancient Greece. So if you were not in BC last week, this would be a really good time to go back and make sure to listen to that virtual class recording, or at least to look through the slide deck. Okay, so that's in there in the Module 8 slides. Okay. Okay, so and then there's just some questions for you to answer at the bottom there. Let me show you that again. Okay, and then some questions for you to answer. Okay, the next one, Greek achievements. This one I want to tell you a little bit about because there's some things in here that I'm really excited about. So thinking back to grapes, we're talking about achievements and just some of the things that we still see around us or that that are just lasting achievements of the Greeks. One of those is the Olympics. The Olympics were started in ancient Greece and then they were ended in medieval times or earlier than medieval times, and then not started again until kind of recently. So this is about the ancient games. You can read here, watch a short video, and then there are two optional choices, but these are really cool ways to learn more about the games. And if you want to see what's happening with the games now, that's that number 4, extend. Okay, so you'll learn about the Olympics. Then you'll learn about Greek architecture. So read a little bit here, and then there's a short video for you to watch there. So reading about those. Then this is something that I just think is really interesting and really amazing that it lines up with something current for us, is what happened to the Library of Alexandria. So we'll learn about Alexander the Great founded a town in Egypt called Alexandria. It was the capital. It's the biggest city of ancient times. And there was a library there that housed all of the knowledge of the world, they thought. They tried to collect up like everything, every book, and put it into that library. And this is a video about what happened to it. So why don't we have it today? So that's about what happened to it. And then recently, in 2 years ago, this was in 2018, there was a fire that really just decimated a national museum in Brazil, the biggest museum in Brazil, that had lots and lots of really important artifacts in it. So you'll watch a video about the Library of Alexandria, then you'll watch a video about the fire at the museum. This is a really short, just sort of teaser video. But then you'll go to the next slide, and there's an article for you to read about the fire at the museum. So you just click here, and it'll take you to the article. Read these or listen to it read to you. Read about the fire at the museum, and then try to understand and reflect on why am I teaching you about the Library of Alexandria and this fire, this modern fire, and try to think what the two have to do with one another. Okay, and then some questions for you to answer down below. The last assignment for you to do this week is your introduction to Alexander the Great. And this is the one, remember, in the pacing guide I mentioned that you want to make sure to do before VC on Friday, because you want to know a little bit about Alexander the Great before you come to class and have to make some judgments about him. You're going to stand in judgment of Alexander and say, well, was he really all that great? But in order to do that, you need to have some background on him. So you'll go through these slides. There's a short video for you to watch, some information for you to learn about him, and then some questions to answer. Okay, all right, that is all for the module for this week. But I'm going to say it again and again. The most important thing this week, guys, is that this is the last week, and Monday is not only the due date for this module, but also the due date for all of this quarter's work. So make sure that if you're wanting to catch up, now is the time to do it. And talk to me, come to office hours or email me if you have any questions or if you're wondering how to do that, how to bring up your grade. Okay. All right. Well, guys, enjoy your week. I will see you on Friday, if not before that, when you come to see me. And let's see, a crazy trivia question for today is that I have 2 favorite colors. I really, really like green and I really like purple. There you go. See you guys later.